It took 5 attempts and 18 years for Lionel Messi to finally place his hands on this solid gold figure. In the winter of 2022, he finally ended a career-long pursuit of the one trophy that had defined his relationship with the world of sports. But the endurance required to reach that moment didn't begin in a stadium like this. It began 3 decades earlier, in the dusty, working-class neighborhood of Las Heras in Rosario, Argentina. At 10 years old, the physical growth of Messi's body simply halted. He was diagnosed with a growth hormone deficiency, a medical condition where cellular receptors fail to trigger the expansion of bone mass. Without immediate intervention, he would never reach a typical adult height. The solution was a daily regimen of painful needle injections directly into his legs. It also cost $900 every single month, a staggering amount for a family in an Argentinian economy that was rapidly collapsing. With local clubs unable to cover the bills, the family took a massive risk by flying to Spain for a trial with FC Barcelona. Terrified of losing a generational talent, a club director famously wrote out a contract on a paper napkin in a local cafe, promising to fund the medical treatments. That napkin required Messi to leave his mother and siblings behind at age 13. He moved into La Masia, Barcelona's youth academy, where he was so quiet and isolated that his teammates initially believed he was incapable of speech. While Messi is often described as a magician, his career actually began with a grueling, years-long struggle for basic physical survival. Once he reached the first team, Messi found an immediate ally in Ronaldinho. The reigning star of the club took the teenager under his wing, providing the assists and the mentorship that allowed the young Argentine to integrate into the world's most elite level of play. In 2008, manager Pep Guardiola moved Messi from the wing to a central role known as the false nine. This tactical shift centered the entire team's offense on Messi, ensuring that every pass and run was designed to put the ball at his feet in the center of the pitch. This chart shows the statistical result of that shift. In the 2012 calendar year, Messi scored an unbelievable 91 goals. As the bars for La Liga and the Champions League stack up, his total output towers over every other historical record in the sport. Barcelona maintained this dominance by pairing him with Luis Suarez and Neymar. This trio, known as MSN, allowed Messi to act as a deep-lying playmaker while still contributing to an output that overwhelmed every defense in Europe. However, while the scoreboards looked dominant, the institution itself was rotting. Years of financial mismanagement and the departure of key legends slowly hollowed out the club, leaving Messi as the only elite force remaining. As the team's structure decayed, Messi's role shifted from a teammate to a load-bearing pillar. He was now expected to carry a failing billion-dollar organization entirely on his own. While he was carrying his club in Spain, his relationship with Argentina was fracturing. Despite his success in Europe, the Argentine public demanded that he deliver a major international trophy before they would truly accept him as one of their own. He was constantly measured against the ghost of Diego Maradona. Because Messi was reserved and quiet, many fans in Argentina criticized him for a perceived lack of passion, questioning if he felt the same connection to the jersey that Maradona had. The pressure manifested in a brutal timeline of heartbreak. In 3 years, Messi reached 3 major finals and lost all of them: a World Cup final in 2014 and back-to-back Copa America finals in 2015 and 2016. After missing his penalty in the 2016 final, the weight became too much. A visibly broken Messi wept on the pitch and announced his immediate retirement from the national team, stating that his time with Argentina was over. In that moment, it appeared that the psychological burden of representing an entire nation's hopes had finally reached its breaking point. The final breaking point for his club career arrived in 2021. Due to Barcelona's catastrophic financial ruin, the club could no longer legally register his contract. After 21 years, Messi was forced to leave the only home he had known. He moved to Paris Saint-Germain. But while his daily life shifted to France, his focus became singular. Away from the constant crisis at Barcelona, he turned all of his remaining energy toward one final mission with his country. In the summer of 2021, the cycle of failure finally ended. By defeating Brazil in the Maracanã, Messi secured his first major trophy for Argentina, lifting a weight that had sat on his shoulders for over a decade. That win set the stage for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. At 35 years old, Messi played with a visible, fierce urgency, carrying his team through the knockout stages with the knowledge that this was his last opportunity. The final against France was the most chaotic in the history of the sport. A 3-3 draw led to a penalty shootout that pushed every player on the pitch to their absolute psychological limit. When the final penalty hit the net, Messi fell to his knees. The relief on his face wasn't just about a game. It was the release of 20 years of compounding physical, institutional, and national pressure. Lionel Messi's story is a testament to resilience. He did not just win. He outlasted a childhood disability, the collapse of his lifelong club, and the crushing expectations of a nation to finish his career on his own terms.